Welcome back to Wake Up America. So it was a pretty disastrous night for Republicans as they lost in the New York election, as well as two gubernatorial races in New Jersey and Virginia.
Meanwhile, out in California, Proposition 50, which will allow Democrats to redraw the congressional map, got overwhelmingly approved by voters there.
Yeah, for more on this, we are joined now by pollster and host of Political Trade Secrets podcast, Dustin Olson, and former New York Congresswoman Nan Hayworth. Great to have you both with us this morning. All right, Dustin, you're a pollster. You've been following all of these races with the polls. What happened?
Well, so in the states, in the New Jersey and Virginia, they overestimated what Republicans were going to do. And then in New York City, people underestimated what Cuomo might be able to pull off and also overestimated Mamdani. Honestly, I think what we saw is a lot of pollsters were doing 2021 models when it was more like a 2017 election. Additionally, a lot of these public polls are, you've heard me talk about this before, are online panels. People paid to take the polls. They're really, we call it panel trash. And a lot of those polls were done that way. There's also a weird thing that's going on in politics ever since probably the 24 primaries, where people are trying to pay to get their own polls. Like every camp's trying to get their poll out. So
Interesting.
So, Nan, I mean, you're a former congresswoman from New York. Obviously, the city just elected its first Democrat socialist mayor-elect, Zohran Mamdani. I mean, during his speech, he talked about a new age of New York under his leadership. Take a listen.
Tonight, we have stepped out from the old into the new. So let us speak now with clarity and conviction that cannot be misunderstood about what this new age will deliver and for whom. This will be an age where New Yorkers expect from their leaders a bold vision of what we will achieve, rather than a list of excuses for what we are too timid to attempt.
I mean, to me, it's clear the party of Bill Clinton, gone. Now it's the party of AOC, Comrade Bernie Sanders. And yeah, Democrats are celebrating, but I think this might be a day they later regret. What do you think?
Well, it's certainly entirely possible. And we note that this was a stern Zohran Mamdani. The grin is gone, the friendly smile. Now he has been revealed. So he's going to be thwarted as to his list of pledges that he will now fulfill. He's going to be thwarted by the governor, if no one else, would not sign off on rent freezes nor on income tax increases unless something drastically changes for her in the dynamic. I don't think it will. But where could he have an impact? And very immediately on public safety in New York City, on his relationship with the New York City Police Department. So the person to watch in the next few weeks is Jessica Tisch, who is a Democrat, more along the Clintonian model, a very dedicated public servant who has done much to enhance and strengthen the NYPD. And what happens to her? He has said she will answer to him. Will she remain out of a sense of duty, or will she say, I cannot condone what this mayor's going to do?
Interesting. Yeah, no, we'll have to see. I want to shift gears to New Jersey, of course, the big race there. And in a poll by Rutgers, more than half of likely voters say New Jersey is on the wrong track, with taxes and affordability topping the list of the most important problems facing New Jersey. I think Marc, who lives in New Jersey, can attest to all of this.
Yes.
So then, Dustin, why do they still vote blue?
well, it's a blue state. And then, off-year elections traditionally go to the party that's not in the White House. And we saw that happen. Now, I think the thing that's unique about this, though, is the margins were larger than anybody expected. And honestly, a 2-point or a 10-plus margin is going to be good for Democrats in both there and Virginia.
Nan, before we go, I want to get to Proposition 50 in California, passing overwhelmingly. So that's going to allow the state to redistrict and draw Republicans out of their seats to protect democracy.
Right.
And now Indiana, Kansas, Ohio, I believe, are also set to do the same thing, maybe 4 or 5 seats there. I mean, we're getting to this where the whole thing's going to be so gerrymandered on both sides.
Yes.
Because it already is on the Democrat side as well. This is not good long term, is it?
No, it's warfare. And look, both sides pursue it. Arguably, Texas started this round, right? And look, I'm a Republican, and I want more Republican members, but it does become troubling, I think, for a lot of Americans. And yet, Californians said, well, we're voting for democracy. Well, the reason they said that was because they had been persuaded, the majority who voted for it, and it's a constitutional amendment that repudiates the previous constitutional amendment to establish an independent commission, but they voted for it because they were persuaded that they were protecting democracy as they saw it from California's now balancing out Texas. And Florida could redistrict, which would certainly alter the map. Ron DeSantis is a man to watch because he has been doing and saying all the right things now for quite some time.
All right. Great conversation with both of you.
I love
today.
it.
Yeah.
Thank
Great.
you.
Thanks, guys.